Hi there, my name is Elizabeth Harris, and I am the Parent and Family Programs Coordinator in the Office of New Student Family Programs at Temple University. Here at Temple, we truly recognize and value the crucial role that family members play in supporting their students through the transition to college and their entire academic journey. I'm excited to share with you today some of the resources and programs that we have available to you as a future Temple family member. And then following that, I'm really excited that we will be joined by three current Temple family members who will answer some of our commonly asked questions that many of you likely have as you get prepared for your Temple journey. On the screen, you will see some of the programs and resources that our office is responsible for. Parent and Family Orientation is a program offered to family members to help them feel prepared and excited to have a student at Temple. During the program, you'll get an in-depth review of the academic and social resources available for your student and learn more about the transition experiences your student may encounter and how to support them through those transitions. We think it's just as important for students to have an orientation as it is for family members. More information about orientation will be going out for both new students and family members in April. Homecoming and Family Weekend, it occurs in October and is a really exciting opportunity for you to visit your students during a lively time on campus. We hold a wide variety of events, and of course, in addition to the homecoming football game and tailgate, some of which include Quizzo, bingo, and ghost tours. They're always a favorite. But most of all, we know our family members really enjoy spending time with their student and meeting their students' family members and really just taking in all that Temple and the city of Philadelphia has to offer. Homecoming and Family Weekend date has been set for October 16th through 18th, so make sure to mark that on your calendars and we'll be excited to see you then. Our Temple Family Council is a group of highly dedicated family members who meet twice a year on campus to help us make decisions for our future family programming, communications, and initiatives. If you're currently a really highly engaged family member in your student's high school or we're in elementary school, this could be a good fit for you. Applications will open in the fall for for new family members to join, so you can look out for that in the future. We also have a Parent and Family Programs Facebook page that we definitely encourage you to follow. We update it regularly with announcements and information and ways for family members to engage with each other in Temple as a whole. And then lastly, we have our Parent and Family Experience portal, which I'm going to touch on a little bit more in depth. Our Parent and Family Experience portal is a way for our family members to stay involved with their student in Temple University. It's pretty much your one-stop shop for access to campus news and deadlines with future events that are coming up. And it's also how we send out our newsletters to our family members. You can get a newsletter weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending on the frequency of your choice. And when you sign up for the portal, you're able to select specific interests that you're interested in learning more about. So for example, if you want to learn more about university housing, if you want to learn more about programs available for first-year students, financial aid, the Career Center, you can select that you're interested in that, and your newsletter will specifically craft based off of those interests. It's also how we send out important announcements, and it's just an overall great way to stay engaged and learn more about how to support your student throughout their whole Temple experience. And you'll see the link at the bottom of the screen there, temple.campusesp.com, that you can go ahead and sign up. You can also find out more on our website. We definitely encourage you to stay in touch with us. Again, you can follow our Facebook page. We have a really simple email, parents@temple.edu, where you can always reach out if you have any questions or concerns. You can always reach out to us and we can help point you in the right direction. You can also find us online at orientation.temple.edu. All you want to know about parent and family programs as well as new student orientation for your student can be found on that website. So with all of that, we are going to move into the Q&A portion with 3 of our Temple Family Council members, who I'm excited to have them share their perspectives and answer some of those commonly asked questions. So I am going to have them join the call now. Great. So we'll get started by having them introduce themselves by sharing their name, where they're from, as well as their student year and major. So Dave, if you'd like to get us started.
Absolutely. My name is David Barrist. I have a daughter who is a sophomore early childhood education major. We are from Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania. And much like most of you, I have a high school senior who is an accepted OWL and navigating her way through her decision.
Great, thanks Dave. Renee, would you like to introduce yourself now?
Hi, I'm Renee Dantzler, and I have a sophomore in the public health. Public health is her major, and just enjoy Temple University.
Great, thanks. And Doris?
Hi, I'm Doris Golden. We're from Redline, Pennsylvania, which is just south of Harrisburg. My daughter is a junior this year. Year-wise, she's actually a first semester senior with credits. She is a political science major with a minor in global studies.
Great, thanks Doris. And then our director of our office is also on the call. Would you like to introduce yourself, Deanne?
Hi everyone, my name is Deanne DiCrescenzo. I'm the Director of New Student and Family Programs and really have the privilege of working with our Family Council and all of our families.
Great. So we'll go ahead and get started with our first question. So all of our Family Council members want to share, why did your student choose Temple?
Well, I can go first. My daughter chose Temple because they had the physical therapy program that she is interested in. The tour that she took as a junior included the tech center, and she really liked the tech center along with the computer. So that was another reason why she chose Temple. And she wanted to be in a city, not in a rural area. The school had to have a city, and Philadelphia is one of the greatest cities in the country.
Great, it definitely is. Would you like to go next?
Who's going, me or Dave?
I'll go, that's fine.
Okay, go ahead, Dave.
I think much like Renee, Carly chose Temple. She loved the urban campus setting. It was the tour that sold her right away. Temple was one of a few schools that we were looking at that had a strong education program, educational major program. And she just took to the campus right away. It was the tour, the presentation, and she was sold sight unseen.
Great, thanks. And Doris?
Yeah, my daughter chose it for a lot of the same reasons as well. One of the big things for her is she was very involved in high school. She was in her student council at school. She played field hockey. She was in a lot of bands. So it was really important to her to be able to still be involved in those different areas, maybe not quite as intensive. So Temple offered all those things for her that she could do really at any level she wanted to do. So that was really appealing to her. Checking on my notes here. Also, there were so many majors and minors to choose from that she wasn't positive when she first went there what her major was going to be. So it was really nice to know that there were so many to choose from if she wanted to do something different.
Right. It's definitely an advantage of being at such a large institution. Thanks for sharing.
Also, can I add something to that?
Of course.
Okay, we're from the Washington, D.C. area, and that was coming to Philadelphia wasn't too far, and that was another reason why we chose Temple. You can get there by, Amtrak, bus service is like every hour, and to drive it isn't that far. So us being in the Washington, D.C. area, Temple is a great location for us.
Great. Definitely Philadelphia is positioned in an area where it's easy to get to a lot of other major cities. Thanks. So now would you all like to share, how did your students go about making friends and getting involved at Temple?
I can start with that one. Carly, as the saying goes, you can make a big school small, you can't make a small school big. And Temple is a large school, both geographically and student population. There are limitless clubs and sports and Greek life interest groups to get involved with. And right away, she just transitioned from her likes from high school to take that into the college setting. So she is a part of the club swim team. She's a part of a sorority. She's involved in a couple different religious organizations. And getting back to where I began, it really helped make a big school small. And the friends she made from those various groups have been her friends for her first 3 semesters at Temple.
Great, that's an awesome story. Thanks for sharing. Renee, would you like to share?
My daughter got involved through the several events that are held on Temple's campus where the clubs and organizations come together, and she was able to find 3 or 4 of them that she really wanted to be involved in. Can you see? I'm sorry.
Yes, we can see you now.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Temple holds several events where clubs and organizations have tables, and they come out, and students can visit tables, and all the organizations are there. And I'm sure there's like 400 organizations on campus. So many of them are there, and they have these several times a year. So with that, she was able to navigate through those meetings, and she found several organizations she wanted to be part of. She was in choir in high school, so she reached out to be part of Temple Gospel Ministries, which she really enjoys. There's athletes helping athletes. She enjoyed that. So she was able to join several clubs and organizations through the meet and greets of the organizations on campus. There are so many to get involved with. Any student can find 2 or 3 that they would probably be interested in. There's a lot to do. So whatever your interests are in high school, you can pretty much roll those into your campus life at Temple.
Great, thanks for sharing. And we also say that if a student isn't able to find a club that they're interested, they can always take the initiative and find some of their closest friends to join to create another club on campus through student activities.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Great. All right. We also know that sometimes there's a lot of questions about how do academic advisors go about supporting students, especially in being at such a large university. So if any of you would like to share your experience with, your students' experience with academic advisors and how they supported them.
Yeah, I can answer that one, Elizabeth, if you're ready.
Great, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I went off the screen there for a minute. My husband was talking in the background. Anyway, yes, she was, with not being sure what she wanted to do, she went into the academic advising office many times her freshman year, especially first semester. And she said they were always so helpful and just so patient with letting her listen to them and go through the different ideas of things. And that's how she was able to figure out what her major was and that she could put a minor into that. And she also found out about them having a master's program that she could do while she was still an undergrad, which was like so helpful, like, you know, a no-brainer. Of course, you're going to get your master's while you're there if you can do that in a shorter period of time. And she just thought that everybody was so helpful there. She also got internships through some connections she had there. So they're wonderful there.
Great, that's an awesome story. Thanks for sharing. Would you like to expand a little bit on the internships that your student was able to have?
Sure, yeah, she went through the Handshake, I think it's called. Is that correct, Elizabeth?
Yes, it's through the Career
Yeah.
Center. It's a platform where students are able to connect with many job opportunities.
Right. So she did that her second semester of her freshman year, went through a handshake, and they showed her some internships. She said it wasn't really exactly what I wanted to do, but she just wanted to start getting some kind of experience under her belt. And from that first internship, it snowballed into others after that. And through that experience, she was able to help last spring during an election time for a local city councilman. She was able to help be a part of that that team to help get him elected. She actually wound up being kind of in charge of the volunteers for that program.
Wow.
So yeah, and it's all because of the connection she made initially through Handshake with Temple. So we can't speak highly enough of the internships that were available there.
Great, that's an awesome success story. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
And we know this is also often a question that family members have about, does your student feel safe on campus? Would anyone like to share?
You learn how to live in an urban environment right away at Temple. It's no surprise that you're living in a city because it's the school that you chose. So do they feel safe? They do, because they're taught very quickly, always be with a friend, never be alone late at night, know where the call buttons are, know how to get in touch with security, know how to get in touch with campus police. I think they're taught that very quickly, and the students do have an understanding of what's safe on campus, what the footprint of campus is. And I think most importantly, they respect the neighborhood, and they are respected in return for the most part. And to the answer to the question, I think, yes, when they are smart, they feel safe on campus.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Great. And there's so many resources for students to take advantage of to help them stay safe. There's the walking escort program that students can call to have a security guard walk with them somewhere on campus if they don't feel safe walking alone. There's a flight program, which is pretty much what students like to call an Uber for Temple students, that runs at night to get students around campus. And I think it's also really important to show that the Temple Police Force is the third largest police force in Pennsylvania, just after Philadelphia and in Pittsburgh. So Temple is really committed to keeping students safe and educating about how personal safety and awareness.
I agree. I think that the safety, I felt that she would be safe on campus. She has felt safe on campus. She has even navigated going downtown, which I didn't think she would, on the metro. And I think the students feel safe. And I feel safe with her being in Philadelphia on the Temple campus. So
That's
I totally agree.
I agree as well.
And going off of what you had said, Renee, about she feels safe in the city and has navigated the subway. What would you say as your students' favorite parts about living and going to school in Philadelphia?
I can answer that one if you.
Yeah, whoever would like to answer, go for it.
Okay. Jackie just loves all the opportunities that are in the city. We're from a small town, so the closest Harrisburg is about 45 minutes away. So to really get anything kind of bigger city projects or things to do, it's a pretty far distance. So she loves that. She tries to take advantage of going to different museums when they have the restaurant week. She's done that. I think that's usually twice a year, where they can go to really nice restaurants for a fraction of the cost. She loves going to all the different restaurants that are in the area too. Now that she's 21, going to the bars that are there. She certainly loves seeing all the different architecture that's around the city and the murals that are on the city walls. So it's everything she's ever wanted to do is right there.
Definitely an advantage of going to school in an urban campus. Does anyone have anything to add?
Temple is.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Temple is the best of all worlds in that it is its own campus. It is a campus school if you want it to be. It's a very large campus school with plenty of life and activity going on campus, but you're also 10 minutes away by train, bus, a comfortable pair of sneakers if you want to walk from any part of, whether it's Center City, Philadelphia, whether it's Fishtown, whether it's Northern Liberties, Old City, whatever. You're 10 minutes from the heartbeat of the city, so it really offers everything. And yeah, when our daughter was a freshman, she was very pleased with herself that she could navigate her way into Center City very quickly and go to some very good restaurants and get some student discounts at some of these restaurants and find out what early bird and happy hour specials were. So it really is, the city being there is an asset, and Temple being its own campus away and outside of Center City is an asset as well.
Definitely.
I agree. My daughter enjoys the city of Philadelphia with all it has to offer: the theater, the shopping, the museums. She's taken advantage of all of that, and it's comparable to Washington, D.C., where we live. And there's always something to do in Philadelphia.
Right. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so much good food. It's one of my favorite parts about living in the city.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
much to do in Philadelphia.
Great. Thanks for sharing. It's definitely a great place to live and go to school. Great. And then lastly, if we can have each of you share, what advice would you give to the family members listening to this who are about to start their Temple journey with their Temple student?
I guess I'll go first. Just, let them be themselves. Let them explore on their own. Give them that freedom. Don't call them every other day. I mean, let them get to know the people that are there and get to make friends and get to explore the campus as well as the city, and just really enjoy being away from home for the first time and have that independence. I wanted to touch on too earlier that my daughter just wanted to make sure you knew that there's so many fitness activities on campus too. There's so many gyms and things. So, encourage them to go to those places, and certainly encourage them to join the different clubs, because that's a great way to meet people.
Great. Thanks, Doris.
Mm-hmm.
As far as advice, what I would give is, as Doris said, let your student be a college student, whether you're local from the Philadelphia area, from Pennsylvania, or whether you're coming from afar. Let them have that college experience. I live roughly 30 minutes from campus, and we treat our daughter as if she were going to school at UCLA. But in her freshman year, when she was on the swim team, she calls us at 7:30 in the morning. And when you get a call from your kid at 7:30 in the morning on a Saturday, you tend to wake up quickly. And she said, "Need your help. We have a swim meet at University of Maryland, and the athletic department didn't order us enough vans. We're going to have to forfeit half our meets if you can't get me a car." Well, I drove down to campus. I gave her the SUV that we have. They were able to have the swim meet. I took the train home, which got me home in the same half hour it took to drive down there, and all was right with the world. So Temple can be as close or as far as you'd like it to be.
Wow, Dad of the Year award right there.
What I would like to say is, my experience is, it may take time initially when they first get to campus. I had a student who was very active in high school, but got to Temple and initially she did not dive into everything that the campus had to offer. Give them time to do that. You may have to pull back a little bit and let them explore and do things on their own. You may not get a call every day. That happens. Give them a little time, a couple months before you start to panic. Like I said, my daughter was very involved in high school and then got to Temple and had to navigate her own way. and it took probably a couple weeks or so before she decided to dive into activities. But there's so much to do that your student will find their way, and just give them a little time. I think that it's a great choice, Temple University. So much to do in the city, so much to do on campus, but it may take a little time. Everyone is different. Like I said, my student was involved in everything, and then she got to Temple and she's just like, you know, so it takes a little time to maybe make friends, but it will happen. Just give them a little time. And I like the ideal that David jumped in and helped his daughter. There's a lot even for parents to do at Temple. I didn't expect that. I expected when my daughter went to college that, it would be over for me. And I was a very involved parent in high school. So there are even things you as a parent can do at Temple University. I thought I wasn't going to be needed, but there's a little niche for me too. There's a little niche for parents too. So you are needed and you're welcomed at Temple.
That's so true. That's a great way to end. Thank you so much, Renee. And so I want to take the time to thank Dave, Doris, and Renee for helping us out with this virtual experience Temple Day. And just want to reiterate that you can follow us on our Temple Parent and Family Programs Facebook page. If you have any questions after listening to this, or you want to stay connected, make sure you email us at parents@temple.edu, and you can find all of our information on our website, orientation.temple.edu. So thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to welcoming you and your student to Temple in the fall.